To another episode of Air Guns and Pesting Channel, and today we got another Zbroia that I own, and that is the Kozak Gen II chamber in 2.2. This is the 450 230 version. They come with smaller size, which is the 330 200, or the longer version 550 290. Now, the first set of numbers indicates the barrel length and the size air tube, which is the barrel length is 450 and the air tube is 230. That's the size. 230 cc air cylinder. Gen 2, like I said, purchased this back in the springtime. I want to say May of this year, from Tom at High Pressure Pneumatics, giving you a shout out if you guys are looking for an air gun, or if you want a Zbroia or any other brand, as a matter of fact. You know, he's got air guns, scopes, pellets, all the accessories, air compressors. Give Tom a shout out. His website is My High Pressure Air, and on there is his phone number. Tell him that Air Guns and Pesting Channel recommended you to Tom, and Tom will take very good care of you. I promise. Anyways, back to the gun itself. Now, I own a Gen 1, the original Kozak, and there are some subtle differences to that platform versus this Gen 2. What I can tell you is everything pretty much is still the same, with the exception of my understanding it had better valving, better valve, better regulator than the Gen 1. I personally have not had any issues with my Gen 1 Kozak. That was the short compact version, 330 180. I believe the air cylinder is a 180 cc, 330 180, and that 177 Kozak shoots lights out, accurate. And I could not tell any difference with the difference between the regulators between the Gen 1 and the Gen 2, but it's all good. My gun has been working fine. I've owned the Gen 1 since 2017, and it's been an excellent bullpup, and it's never leaving my possession because I like that gun. It's so very well made and accurate. The one other thing notably different between the Gen 1 and Gen 2 was the safety, where the Gen 1 had a sliding style bar, like that slid across right in here, where this one is like a toggle switch type safety. And of course they did address the right-handed pistol grip on the Gen 1. It's more confirmed to a right-hand shooter. Now the new ones, or the Gen 2s, are not that way, and it's more user-friendly to left-handed people like myself. Left is right, right is wrong, as everybody knows. But anyways, it's very comfortable now. So the air cylinder can be unscrewed, as with all other Zbroia products. I did not mention that in my last video with what was that? The Sapsan. You can unscrew the cylinder and take it right out if need be. This is the fill port right there. Oh, right there. And of course, it covers up like that, rotate it. But me personally, I just go ahead and just stick the fill probe in, and leave it. Less chance of, having to lose it, misplace it. I just leave it right in place, and it doesn't bother me to do that. There are some nice brass accented, you know, it just makes the gun look very handsome, you know, stylish. You know, the brass screws here for the adjustable cheek rest, which is a nice touch, you know, it pops up. Rubber butt pad that has, you know, the Zbroia, you know, printed on the butt pad, and of course in the little rubber, a red rubber O-ring that goes around. That's something that's synonymous with the Zbroias, you know. It kind of gives a gun a little more style to it. And of course, you know, I always like the black ash wood stock, you know, just something about the grain on the gun, you know, along with the brass accents, you know, brass cock and handle, brass screw here for the adjustable cheek rest, brass trigger, along with the brass trigger safety toggle style switch, you know, and brass underneath here too, by the way. That's that can be removed. You know, when I was showing you that in the Sapsan video, that you can use a Allen wrench that goes in the center here, and it screws up into, it pushes up into the forearm of the stock, and then when you turn the Allen screw on the inside, it tightens it up. So you can, it goes, yeah, like this, goes up inside. No, I'll take it back, this way, I'm sorry, this way. Goes up inside, and you can mount a bipod to the foregrip. And that's what this is for right here. I'm on a bipod, but I don't have a bipod currently mounted. It does come with 2 magazines, 2 10-round magazines. Very simple to load. You don't have to, you know, rotate anything, you know, the cover of a magazine and put one pellet in backwards and the rest forward. You know, I hate that style of a magazine, but hey, it is what it is. And it does come with a moderator that you unscrew the cap on the end, which is a .520 shrouded barrel. The barrel is 12 groove and made in-house, and like with all the other Zbroias that I do own, every one of these Zbroia barrels on those guns that I have are very accurate. I have no problem with accuracy with their barrels. So with that being said, let's move on a little bit and talk about some other features, like the gun weight. Let's see, the weight. Height, width. No, doesn't give me a weight. I'm looking at, you know, Zbroia's page as I'm talking to you folks out there. Oh, the weight is, I'm sorry, the weight is 3.1 kilos. So, what is 3.1 kilos? Hey Siri, what is 3.1 kilos? Can't do it. Okay. Anyways, 3.1 kilos is what the gun weighs, unscoped. Scope-wise, well, let's go with the rail. It does have a Picatinny rail. The optics I'm using is a Tac Vector Byron 416, 44, first focal plane. I figured that was appropriate scope for this bullpup, you know, since it's trying to keep down on the weight, and just figured that was what I have lying around extra. So I figured, okay, well, I might as well put this on this gorgeous bullpup. Now, one thing about the magazines, these are very simple to load, but granted, now I have found, and I have not tried slugs in this particular platform. I'm gonna be honest, I have not tried it because I've just been using pellets, and I found that the Crossman hollow points shoot very accurately in this gun. And I just love a gun, any of my PCPs or Springers that I own. I like it when, you know, a gun can shoot cheap ammo and shoot cheap ammo well. And this one exceeds my expectations with the Crossman. So I have not tried anything else. But I'm sure if it likes the Crossman domes, I'm pretty sure it's going to like the JSB, the air arms, and, you know, all that, you know, FX pellets as well. But slugs I have not tried. And this is what I have found with slugs with this type of magazine. It's, you can load slugs in there, but it's with the design and how thin they are, you know, they're going to have a problem rotating, in my opinion. And I've had problems in the past for, let's just say, the sap sand. It will shoot slugs, but I have to be very careful, you know, when I rotate this magazine with slugs in it, because, you know, you're only talking 1-2 rubber bands, you know, that actually hold the pellet in place, which this magazine is great for pellets. No problem with pellets. I have not tried polymags in this, you know, so I imagine the polymags is going to be a bit of a problem. But any of you guys out there on Zbroia, you know, chime in and let me know if the polymags do work in this style of magazine. I haven't tried it, although I should. I do have polymags, 22 caliber polymags. Should try it. But anyways, that's the extent of the magazines. You cannot, you know, double feed, in other words. So you cock it and you try to load again, it will not feed a pellet. So that's a nice added feature that Zbroia added to all of their Zbroia line air guns. Thank you, Zbroia and Andre, for doing that, because that's a big help. The gun I did not mention is Zbroia is made in Ukraine. Yes, Ukraine. And you know what the current situation is in Ukraine, which is very sad, you know, that the Russians have invaded that country. And, you know, I'm all for Andre and people of Ukraine, Andre and Zbroia and the people of Ukraine. You know, hopefully the war will come to an end soon, and you guys can start to remanufacture more Zbroia air guns, because I absolutely love them. Now, I've had a conversation with Andre through Instagram, you know, texting back and forth pretty much, you know, and asking him, you know, hey, you know, I'm doing a review of your products, you know, and I like your products, is what I told him, you know, but hey, I'm kind of a little nervous of the fact that, hey, you know, Zbroia is not, from my understanding, at least a few months ago when I was chatting with him, you know, through Instagram, they were not producing any guns at that particular time. And I imagine it's probably the same today. And what worries me is parts availability. And he, you know, reassured me that Joe B over in California, for those who know who Joe B is, suppose he does have parts. I don't know, because I haven't had a problem with my Zbroia, knock on wood, you know, so far. They have been, you know, trouble-free, you know, just like my Gen 1, it's been trouble-free. So, you know, I haven't had an issue with it, with Zbroia, and, you know, I just thought I'd throw that out there for you folks, you know, if you're interested in buying one of these fine air rifles. Hey, don't be afraid, because, you know, one way or the other, Zbroia will take care of you if you buy their products, along with Joe B. Now, one of the reasons why I chose this particular model over the Zbroia FC, the full compact, that's what it stands for, is this feature right here, which makes it really ambidextrous. For me, being left-handed and my left cheek being right here, you know, this is far forward enough to where it does not affect me cocking the gun, as opposed to the FC model that they currently have the cocking levers in the back. And guess what? For a left-handed person, yes, I do own a Taipan. Same scenario with a Taipan. Although I'm not sure if the Taipan can be switched from right to left. I think I saw somebody that did that, but I don't know if there was modifications involved with that. I haven't pursued it. I just, for the most part, just lived with it, you know. And the first generation crickets, which I have all 3 calibers, they're all rear cocking, along with the crowd puncher breaker. Rear cocking on the right side where I put my cheek at, on the cheek rest. Uncomfortable? It's not uncomfortable. Inconvenient? Yes. Will it deter me from shooting? No. Would I have liked to see the cocking lever be adjustable where I can change it from right to left? Yes. But this is the way it is. And, you know, I deal with it. But this particular model here, I can live with this model. And it has been a great, accurate platform. I did a pesting video, and with this particular air gun, and this was probably a month and a half ago, and it was extremely accurate, and I've been very happy shooting this platform. I even shot a not chipmunk, but a woodchuck, groundhog in the head with one when I was out pesting at the farm permission. So very, very good. You know, like I said, I had the 177, the Gen 1, and this is an improvement over the Gen 1. This is the Gen 2, and it's a nice welcome addition to my air gun collection. Now, I don't have the manual for it. Can't tell you where it's at. Maybe I didn't even get a manual. But all the manuals that I generally get from Zbroia are pretty much generic, you know, kind of just basic information, you know. So, yeah, this is a picture of the Sapsan, but I just want to say it's pretty much the same type of information that you would see in the Sapsan, you know, manual. The same with this one. Now, this does come with a 2-year warranty, which if you have a problem, you just contact the dealer that you bought it from, and they will take care of it for you. So, that's all I have for you about the Zbroia Kozak Gen II. Now let's give it a trigger test, weigh it in with the current scope I have mounted on here, and then we'll do some accuracy testing out to my 30-yard backstop to check the gun zero to see how well it's held zero all this time, you know, from the last time I shot it at the farm permission. I'll be right back. Oh, I just wanted to go over combing the gun a little bit with my camera. Very nice logo on top of the action. Very nice. If I have not mentioned it, when you unscrew this, you screw on the moderator and it makes it really quiet. But the overall length, by the way, is 32.5 without the moderator. With the moderator, it brings it out to 40 inches. Just so you folks will know what's going on with this. Look at that. Very nice. It's a beautiful gun. I can't complain about it. 44 joule. This is the high power version. Look at that. It's just a beautiful gun. Wow. Just beautiful. I really like this Kozak. You know, when it came out with the Gen 2, I figured, okay, well, I got a Gen 1. Might as well get me a Gen 2 and 2 too. I'm glad I did. So I have it. There you have it. Now I'm going to go to the weight test with my scope. And there she is. 8.98 ounces. Okay, that was the first stage. 1 pound, 2 ounces. I'll take that. Using the Tactican instead. I had issues with the phone scope. So I got to turn around and redo this whole process again. So you guys can see the shots and what's FPS this gun is actually shooting at. So the Tactican is hooked up and ready to go. So is the Pro Chrono. Let's see what she can do. Okay, I'm going to do 10 shots across the crony, crosswind, hollow points. Cant is good. Right there.
956.
Okay.
953. 951. 952. 952. 955.
I just love these Eastern Bloc guns. Zbroia, RTI, caliber gun, Taipan, Ed gun. All my favorites. What happened? Stop recording.
$954.
I didn't read. A couple of them didn't read.
949.
2 of them didn't read. Anyways, there you go, folks. Got 8 shots that were recorded. 952 average. Spread 7, deviation 2. Not bad, not bad. 28.96 foot-pounds of energy, FPE, out of some Crossman hollow points. Love it when a gun shoots cheap ammo. There you have it, folks. Stay safe, shoot straight, may your pellet hit his target, and we'll see you in the next episode of Air Guns and Pesting Channel. See ya.